The story opens in the Nexus system, a peaceful trading hub where dozens of alien species conduct business. Captain Vex of the Kaleri Defense Fleet monitors routine patrol duties when their long-range sensors detect something impossible, a massive object moving through space at incredible speed. Yet completely silent, the alien crew watches in confusion as their instruments struggle to process the readings. The object measures over 15 kilometers long, dwarfing even the largest known vessels in the galaxy. Its hull appears to be made of an unknown dark metal that seems to absorb light rather than reflect it. Communications. Officer Tal tries to establish contact, but receives only static. The ship's AI, an advanced system called Oracle, cannot identify the vessel's origin or technology. Fear spreads through the crew as they realize this could be the legendary Death Ships, mentioned in ancient warnings vessels that appear before. Civilizations vanish. Captain Vex orders all nearby ships to maintain distance while sending urgent messages to the Galactic Council. The mysterious vessel continues its steady approach, ignoring all attempts at communication. Its trajectory aims directly for the system's primary trading station, home to millions of beings from across the galaxy. As the ship draws closer, more details become visible. Strange markings cover its hull, not the flowing scripts of known languages, but harsh, angular symbols that hurt to look at directly. The vessel's design seems brutally efficient, with no decoration or beauty. Only function. The final moments of Part 1 reveal the ship's name painted in those alien symbols. Hammer of Terra. None of the aliens recognize the word Terra, but something about it fills them with dread. The story ends as the massive warship finally responds to their hails with a single, cold message in perfect galactic standard. This is Captain Reed of the Earth Defense Force. Prepare for inspection. Asterisk panic spreads throughout the Nexus system as news of the human arrival reaches every corner of inhabited space. The Galactic Council convenes an emergency session, trying to understand what Earth means and why they have never heard of these creatures. Captain Vex reluctantly agrees to serve as first contact representative, approaching the human vessel in a small diplomatic shuttle. As they near the massive ship, the true scale becomes overwhelming. Weapon systems unlike anything in galactic databases line the hull railguns, particle beam arrays, and missile pods that could level entire cities. The humans grant docking permission, and Vex finds themselves in a sterile airlock facing three beings unlike any known species. The humans are bipedal with pale skin, forward-facing eyes that mark them as predators, and an unsettling calmness that suggests they fear. Nothing. Captain Reed appears younger than expected, but carries himself with absolute authority. He explains that Earth has been watching the galaxy for decades, studying their technologies and societies from the shadows. The humans decided to reveal themselves only when they felt ready to defend their interests. When Vex asks about human intentions, Reed's response chills the alien to their core. We've seen how your council handles problems. Species that become inconvenient simply disappear. We're here to make sure that doesn't happen to us. The humans reveal they know about the council's dark secrets, the systematic elimination of species that develop too quickly or question authority. Earth has gathered evidence of dozens of genocides hidden from public knowledge. Reed shows Vex through parts of the ship, revealing technology that seems impossible. The humans somehow learned to manipulate gravity, bend space, and create energy shields that could withstand star-killer weapons. Their computer systems operate faster than anything known to galactic science. Most terrifying of all is the revelation that this ship is not alone. Captain Reed mentions the fleet without providing details, but sensors detect at least 12 similar vessels hiding in nearby systems. The humans have been preparing for this moment for generations. The part ends with Reed delivering an ultimatum to the Galactic Council. Humanity demands a seat at the governing table and full membership rights, or they will take what they want by force. He gives the Council 72 hours to decide. Emergency sessions rage across the galaxy as the Council debates humanity's demands. Ancient species who have ruled for millennia refuse to acknowledge the legitimacy of these newcomers. They view humans as aggressive barbarians who must be eliminated before they destabilize Galactic Order. Council Leader Prime Cole, A being whose species has dominated the galaxy for 10,000 years, argues for immediate military action. He believes one ship, regardless of size, cannot stand against the combined fleets of 200 worlds. However, Intelligence Director Nix presents disturbing reports from their spy networks. Human technology appears to be based on principles unknown to galactic science. Their ships operate without generating the energy signatures that make detection possible, explaining how they remained hidden for so long. The humans demonstrate their capabilities by conducting training exercises throughout the system. Their fighters move faster than tracking systems can follow. Their weapons tear through target asteroids with surgical precision. Most unsettling of all, they seem to anticipate every move the alien fleets make. Meanwhile, Captain Reed broadcasts messages directly to civilian populations across the galaxy, bypassing government censorship. He reveals evidence of the Council's crimes, entire species wiped out for asking too many questions, technological suppression to maintain power, and brutal exploitation of weaker worlds. These broadcasts cause riots on dozens of worlds as oppressed populations learn the truth about their leaders. The Council's authority crumbles as species after species demands answers about the disappearances and lies. On the human ship, Vex continues serving as liaison, but grows increasingly disturbed by what they witness. The humans operate with terrifying efficiency, treating war as a science to be perfected. Every crew member seems capable of violence that would horrify most galactic citizens. Yet the humans also display unexpected qualities. They honor their agreements, protect civilians, and show genuine concern for oppressed species. This contradiction confuses Vex, who cannot understand how beings capable of such destruction can also demonstrate compassion. The Council attempts to assassinate Captain Reed using advanced stealth technology, but the humans detect the attack before it begins. Their response is swift and devastating. 3 Council military bases simply disappear, erased by weapons that leave no trace. Reed's follow-up message is brief. We know where every Council facility is located. Any further aggression will result in proportional response. You have 48 hours remaining. The part ends with the revelation that other human ships are taking positions throughout the galaxy, appearing near every major Council stronghold simultaneously. The message is clear: humanity has been planning this moment for decades, and they are ready for war. With 24 hours remaining in the ultimatum, desperate Council members attempt to rally their scattered fleets. However, they discover that human ships have positioned themselves to intercept any large-scale military movement. The humans seem to know exactly where every Council asset is located. Captain Vex witnesses the humans' strategic brilliance as Reed explains their plan. Earth spent decades infiltrating galactic society through clone agents and advanced surveillance, mapping every military installation and government facility. They know the Council's weaknesses better than the Council knows them itself. The humans reveal their true advantage. They learned warfare from a planet where survival required constant conflict. Earth's history is filled with wars, struggles, and innovations born from necessity. While galactic species grew comfortable and soft under Council rule, humans never stopped preparing for the next fight. Reed shows Vex recordings from human history, massive conflicts involving millions of warriors, weapons that could destroy entire continents, and the constant drive to improve and adapt. The aliens have never experienced anything like humanity's capacity for organized violence. However, the humans also demonstrate their greatest strength is not their weapons, but their unity. Unlike galactic species that fragment under pressure, humans grow stronger when facing external threats. Every person on the ship would die before surrendering, a concept most aliens cannot comprehend. Council forces attempt a surprise attack on the human fleet, launching every available warship. In a coordinated strike, a battle that follows becomes legendary. Human ships move like living things, dodging attacks that should be impossible to avoid, while their weapons tear through enemy formations with devastating accuracy. The humans' adaptive tactics confuse the alien commanders, who are used to rigid, predictable battle plans. Human ships coordinate seamlessly, supporting each other in ways that suggest they share a collective consciousness. In reality, their crews simply trust each other completely. Within hours, the Council's main battle fleet is destroyed or scattered. The humans accomplish this with minimal losses, proving their technological superiority is matched by tactical brilliance. Captain Reed broadcasts the battle footage across the galaxy, showing that the Council's military might is an illusion, civilian. Populations on hundreds of worlds celebrate as they witness their oppressors' defeat. Species that have suffered under Council rule for centuries see hope for the first time. Some begin declaring independence, knowing the humans will protect them from retaliation. The Council's unity finally breaks as member species blame each other for the disaster. Ancient alliances crumble as the truth about their shared crimes becomes public knowledge. Several species attempt to negotiate separate deals with humanity, hoping to avoid destruction. Captain Reed responds to these overtures with a simple message: humanity will deal only with a reformed council that includes proper representation for all species, not just the powerful. He demands the release of all suppressed technologies, reparations for eliminated species, and complete transparency in galactic governance. The part ends with the most powerful council members making a final desperate decision. They will activate ancient weapons hidden since the galaxy's last great war, even if it means destroying entire systems to stop humanity's advance. The Council's last gambit backfires spectacularly when the humans reveal they have already neutralized the ancient weapon systems. Earth's agents spent years infiltrating the deepest Council secrets, disabling the doomsday devices that were supposed to be their final deterrent. Captain Reed's revelation that humanity has been manipulating galactic events for decades stuns even Vex. Human influence guided the development of several species, prevented wars that would have destabilized regions they needed stable, and eliminated threats to their long-term plans. The remaining Council leaders finally understand they are not facing random newcomers, but a species that planned their emergence for generations. Humanity studied galactic civilization like scientists examining bacteria, learning every strength and weakness before making their move. Faced with complete defeat, the Council surrenders unconditionally. Captain Reed accepts their surrender, but makes it clear that humanity will not simply replace the old system with their own tyranny. Instead, they propose something the galaxy has never seen: true democratic representation for all species. The humans establish the Galactic Federation, where every world gets a voice proportional to their population and contribution. Former Council species keep their seats, but no longer hold absolute power. Suppressed technologies become available to all members, beginning an era of unprecedented advancement. Captain Vex finds themselves appointed as one of the first Federation ambassadors, helping to rebuild relationships between species that have been enemies for millennia. They observe how humans approach diplomacy with the same careful planning and overwhelming preparation they brought to war. The story reveals that Captain Reed and his crew represent just one of hundreds of human exploration fleets spreading throughout the galaxy. Earth's population is in the billions, and their industrial capacity dwarfs anything previously imagined. They are not invaders, but gardeners, preparing to cultivate galactic civilization. Some species attempt rebellion against the new order, But they discover that human monitoring systems detect threats before they fully form. The punishment is not destruction, but rehabilitation. Rebels find themselves relocated to worlds where they can build new societies under human guidance. Years pass, and the galaxy transforms under human influence. Trade flourishes, scientific advancement accelerates, and conflicts that seemed eternal suddenly find peaceful solutions. The humans' ability to see long-term patterns allows them to prevent problems before they escalate. Captain Vex, now an admiral in the Federation fleet, reflects on how much has changed. The humans kept their promise. They did not conquer, but instead created something better than what existed before. Their strength came not from superior weapons, but from superior vision. The story concludes with the discovery of another galaxy, showing signs of intelligent life. Captain Reed, now Fleet Admiral Reed, begins planning humanity's next expansion. The pattern will repeat careful observation, thorough preparation, and decisive action when the moment is right. As new human ships launch toward distant stars, the galaxy watches with a mixture of gratitude and awe. They have learned that when humans arrive, everything changes. The galaxy held its breath during first contact, but now it breathes freely for the first time in millennia. The final scene shows Reed looking at star charts, planning routes to new worlds and new challenges. Humanity's expansion continues, carrying their gift of organized chaos to civilizations that have never known true freedom. The Titan-class warships that once terrified the galaxy now serve as protectors of the peace they helped create. Earth's children spread among the stars, and wherever they go, stagnation ends and growth begins.